I came from the bone marrow. Well, all of us blood cells do. A drop of blood contains white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, plasma, and glucose. White blood cells fight diseases. Red blood cells takes up oxygen and delivers it throughout the body. Platelets are cell fragments that plays an important part in forming blood clots. Blood clots prevent all your blood from going out after a cut or a wound. Plasma is 90% water and 10% nutrients. Glucose is a major source of energy for the body's cells. The pacemaker is a group of cells that send signals to help the heart contract and regulate temperature. It is located in the right atrium. Sometimes, people have artificial pacemakers because theirs don't work. I'm now going to the heart and to the lungs and back to the heart. That's called pulmonary circulation. There are 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries holds oxygenated blood, except for the pulmonary artery. The aorta is the biggest artery. Veins hold the deoxygenated blood, except for the pulmonary vein. The capillary has really fine walls, so gas can pass through for diffusion. Diffusion is when gas goes from high concentration to low concentration. Diffusion only happens in the capillaries because the walls are thin, so gas can pass through, and glucose. The blood cells can go through the superior vena cava or the inferior vena cava to get to the right atrium. The septum separates the right sides and the left sides of the heart. Then I go to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. Then through the pulmonary valve, I go to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. The gas exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide happens in the capillaries. The walls of the capillaries are thin, so the gases can pass through. I then go back to the heart through the pulmonary vein, now with oxygen. The pulmonary vein is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood. I will enter the left atrium to the left ventricle through the mitral valve. I then go through the aorta valve to the aorta. From the aorta, I will go around the body. Systemic circulation is from the heart to the body and back to the heart. Diffusion happens again when I spread around the oxygen and glucose around the body. I will go to the capillaries to be able to give oxygen and glucose to the body cells. Once my oxygen and glucose are gone, I will go back to the heart and start it all over again. This cycle is tiring. Maybe I'll retire in a few years. But overall, I'm a proud blood cell.
Yay!